Hello and welcome to another episode of Nightcap with Nightcat, the kitsch-minded show where we talk about toys, boys, and life's other joys. I am your host, Nightcat. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to have you a part of the Nightcat crew. Hey, we've got some stuff to talk about as far as like morning announcements and everything. That'll be coming up at the end of the video, so stick around for that. We've got a great show coming up. We're going to play with the Creepy Crawler's molding oven, which is terrifying and awesome all at the same time. Then we're going to dive into the LITTERBOX. I'm going to tell you all about the stupid news, plus another classic NIGHTCAT classic tale. But before we get into any of that, hey, listen. I have opened up more dates for our NIGHTCAT True Crime Walking Tour. I know there's been a lot of interest in it. I have more dates published. They start tomorrow. Now, here's the thing. I have no tickets sold for tomorrow's show, and I only have 2 sold for this Friday. So, if you've ever thought about coming, now would be the time to do it because the crowds are going to be really small. So if that's something like a big crowd has been keeping you away from coming, guess what, honey? We've got plenty of space tomorrow and the night after. Come on down to the NIGHTCAT True Crime Walking Tour of downtown Salt Lake City. I'm going to show you where 5 crime events happened, tell you the whole story about them, plus we just have a really good time hanging out. Come hang out with me. I love hanging out with you. Because there are so few tickets sold and we need to get the numbers up, I'm offering a $5 off coupon if you go book now. So get into the link tree that's in the description of this video. It says linktr.ee/JacksonWitt. Click on that link and one of the very first options is $5 off. Go click on that and book your tickets for tomorrow or Friday. I cannot wait to see you. The tours, if you haven't been in before, are incredible. They're so fun. Anybody who has been on them, who went to the test shows with me, can tell you it's just a ball. We're going to have such a good time together. So look forward to that. More true crime walking tours coming your way very, very soon. All right, I think it's time for us then to check out the stupid news. Let's get into the litter box. Ew, what stinks in here? The litter box is the part of the show where we go through the stupid news. I tell you what's going on with all the idiots. And I want to get started over with the Little Tree Air Freshener Company. We know the Little Tree Air Fresheners. Who doesn't? We've all had them in our cars since, the 80s? They've been around forever. Well, that company that makes them, they're called car fresheners. They're suing the dog toy company, Chewy. Here's what's going on. Chewy started making air freshener dog toys. They look just like the little trees in your car. They even have like the slanted white bar in the middle where it says little trees. It says something about dogs. I don't really know. And then down at the bottom, they have the white stripe. So it's very clear what it is supposed to look like. Well, Car Fresheners is saying that they never granted a license, and they have been building that brand for 60 years. So they are upset that Chewy is coming in, assuming that they can just use it any old time. Car Fresheners are now suing Chewy for damages as well as to get them to stop selling and making them altogether. So they're like, no, you don't get to do this. Because Car Freshener, if you don't know, they actually do sell a fair amount of merch. They sell like t-shirts and stickers and all sorts of stuff with the little car freshener on it. They have also licensed that image or the car freshener likeness to other companies for use before. So they do license it. Chewy just never applied to get the license. They just, sounds like, sort of made it and didn't get anything cleared. Something smells fishy, I tell ya. And I don't think it's the air freshener. A high school pool party in Tennessee was interrupted. Now, you expect people to crash a pool party, right? Sure, this pool party is just for the junior ROTC, but then somebody invites somebody, and you expect people to crash. People. This pool party was crashed by 7 bears. Jefferson County High School's JROTC went out there to celebrate, I'm assuming, the end of the year, and they were going to have a little pool party at the Chalet Village pool. By the time they got there, though, the pool had been overrun by over half a dozen bears. And they were swimming, having a great time, taking a dip in the pool, taking a dip in the hot tub. They're so cute, I can't even take it. But it's really weird because here's the thing. Bears typically are solitary animals. You don't see them in groups very often unless it's like a mom with her cubs or if it's mating season. Other than that, they like to live alone. So the fact that there were 7 of them all hanging out together at this pool where there are a bunch of people around, I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's a bad sign just based off of what the last year has brought us. So I'm hoping this isn't like the start of a bear apocalypse where suddenly the bears are gonna take over all of our villages and our pools. And finally, a woman over the weekend was visiting the El Paso Zoo when she got the incredible idea in her head to scale a wall and jump into an enclosure. So she gets herself into the spider monkey enclosure and she just starts videotaping herself causing a bunch of ruckus. She starts feeding the monkeys hot Cheetos, which... Okay. She starts feeding the monkeys hot Cheetos, which, to be fair here, I'd love to see what a monkey does with a hot Cheeto. But you're not supposed to do it. They're on special diets and they can poop all over the place. You give them those Cheetos. She eventually got out of the spider monkey exhibit. The zoo is saying that she is incredibly lucky because even though spider monkeys look small and cute, they will rip you apart. They can cause, as the zoo put it, substantial damage. So you don't want to be playing around with spider monkeys. Plus, like I said, that's gonna mess up their tummies eating those hot Cheetos because it messes up my tummy and I'm used to eating hot Cheetos. Those poor monkeys had no idea what was going on. The craziest part about this, obviously this woman was posting her videos everywhere because she's an idiot. And she ended up getting fired from her job. She was working at a law firm, like it was like a personal injury law firm, I think it was. She was working in the office and they saw the video, fired her as soon as she got in on Monday, and then released a statement that, long story short, basically said, we do not condone this sort of behavior. We had no idea she was doing it. She embarrassed us. Bye. She's out of here. So, you know, be careful about what you're posting on social media. I got fired. The only time I got fired, other than my radio show getting canceled, was I posted something about my boss on Facebook and he fired me for it. To be fair though, that guy was a jerk. And that is the litter box. I think it's time for us to play with one of the coolest toys ever with some Sunken Treasure. Today we are playing with the Creepy Crawler's Oven. I am so excited about this. My roommate got this for me for Christmas last year. Thank you, Veronica. And it is literally one of the best toys I've ever had. I didn't have one when I was a kid. And it is incredible. Think Easy Bake Oven, but instead of making, you know, brownies by light bulb and stuff, you make little bugs and toys and stuff. So we're gonna do that today. We're gonna make some cool stuff. So the idea here is that you take these little metal molds, which have different kinds of critters and stuff on them. Then you fill the mold with this. It's called Plastigoop. Plastigoop is incredible. It's a plastic called Plastisol with like dyes and stuff in it. And you can make these little like rubbery, plasticky little toys. They're really cool. I picked a few of my favorite plates here. First of all, we have this giant lizard. We got some bugs, octopus, starfish, lobster, crabs. These are actually from when Mattel had this toy back in the 60s. They called it Thing Maker, but basically the exact same principle. This one is from 1993. Toymax made it, and they called it Creepy Crawlers. But I have all the Thing Master plates that I love. I think Thing Master plates are actually cooler than the Creepy Crawlers, so that's what we're doing today. Killing it. Oh, and we're going. And we're going. All right, we just fill it up. You know what? Maybe he needs different color tail and hands. We'll do some cute little blue hands. Blue hands through here with a nice blue tail. Why not just a classic green lizard? Little fingers. Make sure to get all the little fingers. Can't tell you how many lizards I've made that are missing a bunch of fingers. We have filled our Plastigoop molds. We're gonna turn the oven on. Oh, light bulb! Now, part of the problem with using non-Creepy Crawlers molds is that they don't exactly fit into the Creepy Crawler oven, but we're gonna see what we can do. It fell into the light bulb. It fell right into the light bulb. Oh, I don't even know how to fix that. Oh no! Oh, it's gonna get Plastigoop all over the bulb! Okay, I have to cut. I have to figure out what to do here. I actually have to break the whole thing open. No, I'm not gonna stop. Ugh, come on, work with me. Well, how do you come out? Are you kidding me? Well, I definitely got Plastigoop all over the bulb. There it is, just splattered, you know, a little bit everywhere. But how do I get this thing? Oh, no, I have to unscrew the... This is just a nightmare come true. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm sweating so bad. That's what we're looking at right now. Let me clean all the internal parts on this. I guess we'll start over. I just wanted to make a stupid video for my friends. I didn't want to deal with all of this. All right, since the other plate is dirty, I think we should do ourselves a little lizard. Get that big belly. This one's a deep one. He's got a big old belly. It's just gonna slide right in here. He's gonna go long way so he fits across the grill. I think it's good and baked in there, so we're gonna turn it off. Since the spatula doesn't work for the thing maker plates, I'm just sort of gonna... Okay, well, hot. Cold water, let it sit for a second and cool down. Think about what it just did to me, because it burned me. The little pick here to try to pick it out. We did it. We did it. We finally got one. He didn't break or anything. Look at him. He's gorgeous. I mean, we're going to have to trim all the extra cooties off of his feet there. Oh. Well, it only took 100 years and like a whole roll of paper towels and deassembling this thing 900 times. But we did it. We've got a lizard, folks. That is Sunken Treasure. I think it's time for us then to get into my troubled past with another Nightcat Classic Tale. Real quick before we continue, I would like to plug our Patreon. Patreon.com/NightCatShow is the place to go if you want to keep Nightcat on the air, if you want us to keep making these videos, making tons of other stupid, silly, fun videos. I'm able to finance it and fund it because of my friends over at Patreon. It's just a really awesome service. There are 2 levels of membership, $5 and $3 and $5, excuse me. You join the tier that you feel most comfortable with. They each have their special little goodies attached to each one of them. Plus, I told you about how the Nightcat True Crime Tour walking tour tickets are $5 off right now. Patreon members are gonna get $10 off already. So, if you've been thinking about becoming a Patreon patron, first of all, you get our true crime episodes of the podcast, Curiosity Killed Nightcat. You're going to get those a week early. You get a shout out on the show, and you get $10 off of walking tour tickets. So, patreon.com/NightCatShow. Go check it out. You're not going to be disappointed, honey. And thank you for the support. Thank you if you are a patron already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nightcat Classic Tales is the part of the show where I tell you some embarrassing or horrible story from my past. If you haven't watched all of the Nightcat Classic Tales, it's my favorite part of the show. You can find the Nightcat Classic Tale playlist right there on the main page. Just go look for Nightcat Classic Tales playlist. It's really fun. Tonight, I am going to share another theater story with you from my time working at a movie theater, because those stories you seem to just love. And this is one that I've actually teased for a while. This is the time that we found a man living behind the screens at the movie theater. So if you don't know, movie theaters, the screen isn't just like a big white sheet taped to a wall or something. It's like there's a whole room behind it, because that's where we put like the subwoofers and speakers and stuff. Like there's all sorts of audio equipment on a rack, and you have to like climb up a ladder onto a deck to adjust any of it. So there's like this whole room that basically nobody goes into, and turns out it's pretty easy for someone to sneak in there, live in there, and go undetected for a number of months. So we started noticing weird things happening when we came in to open the theater. So first of all, we kept seeing like little fire patches, like there was someone burning something somewhere, and we were like, you kids, and we just chalked it up to kids. But then we started to find whiskers in the sink, like somebody was shaving their face in the sinks. And then one day, our maintenance guy has to get into the screen to fix a speaker issue. He opens it up, he gets in there, and there is blankets, like a sleeping bag, candy wrappers, chip wrappers, wrappers of all kinds just strewn all over the place. And we realized that somebody had been squatting in there for quite some time. Now, I have no proof that this is the same guy who did this one night, but one night, our janitor, her name was Maria. She was the best. I loved Maria. Maria, if you're watching, girl, Just know I think about you all the time. Maria walks up to me and she goes, Jackson, there was a guy asleep in the theater. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, he must have been there for hours. I go, oh, okay. Well, do you need me to go get him to leave or anything? She goes, no. I asked him to get up and leave, but he stood up and he pulled down his pants and he made pee-pee on the floor. And she's from Chile, so she's got this thick Chilean accent that I'm not gonna do because, you know, not cool. She was just like, he gets up and he makes pee-pee on the floor. He just starts pee-peeing on the floor and then he walked away. And I was like, and I was like, do you want me to come clean up the pee-pee or what's the deal here? And she goes, no, I just thought you should know that there was a man asleep in the theater. And now I'm starting to wonder if when she says asleep in the theater, does she mean she knew there was a guy living behind the screens? Or did he like fall asleep during his movie and then wake up later and pee-pee on the floor? I like to believe that Maria had been secretly hiding that guy for a while and then snitched on him because he peed on one of her staff members, apparently. And that is Nightcat Classic Tales. I think it's time to put you little night kittens to bed with some warm milk. Warm milk, good news stories to help you get to sleep. This is very, very sad to start with. Chadwick Boseman, star of the Black Panther, he passed away after secretly battling cancer last year. In fact, a lot of his friends in Hollywood, a lot of his really close friends had no idea that he had cancer and that he was going through treatments. Just a really sad story, but really good news coming out of it because Howard University will be renaming one of their schools after Chadwick Boseman. So he graduated from Howard in 2000, and he graduated from the College of Fine Arts. And it wasn't just like he was a student there, he got really famous, and then they're going to name it after him. He actually did a lot of activism work because I guess back when he was attending, they were considering grouping in the College of Fine Arts with like the way bigger School of Arts and Science and then just making one big mega school. And he and the other students got together. They're like, no, artists you can't lump everyone in the same. We have specific needs. And we believe in this school. And he helped organize protests. He was on the ground. He was talking to administration. And eventually they won that battle. So he and his buddies are the reason that there even is a College of Fine Arts at Howard University anymore. Well, now that school will be called the Chadwick Boseman School of Fine Arts. They're going to rename it after him. And the coolest part is that former Disney CEO Bob Iger is arranging the funds. So he's figuring out fundraising and he's getting all of the money together to do some major upgrades. Because, listen, I like to believe he's just doing it because he loved Chadwick Boseman and he wants to help out the school and he wants to perpetuate Chadwick Boseman's legacy. But I like to believe that they walked up to Bob Iger and they were like, hey, we're going to name this dumpy school after one of your biggest stars. And he was like, that is not on brand for Disney, so we're going to have to do something about that. So yeah, he's going to make it really nice and people are going to be able to go to school and who knows, we might get our next Chadwick Boseman from the Chadwick Boseman School of Fine Arts at Howard University. Just really cool. His legacy lives on. We're going to get more actors and artists, which I know nobody thinks we need. But boy, what got you through the pandemic? It was Netflix, girl, so you better simmer down. And that is Nightcap with Nightcat, episode 21, can you believe it? Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry the creepy crawlers were a hot mess. Hey, before we go, there's something I've been meaning to talk to y'all about. First of all, I got a part-time job. I'm actually back at Scales and Tails. Here's me training with a crocodile. Big old mean crocodile. That means that I am not going to be able to do all of the things on YouTube that I was doing before. So I'm working out a final schedule. I think I'll have that posted on the NIGHTCAT Instagram, NIGHTCAT Show. If you're not following us, at NIGHTCAT Show, all smushed together like that. I'm going to announce a new schedule, but tentatively what I'm thinking is, number one, Mondays, I have been saying forever that I'm going to do a NIGHTCAT After Dark series, like a short series, just for our Patreon patrons, the $5 subscribers. So I need to get that going. I need to do that. So Mondays, those are going to drop. And then Tuesdays, I'll still do morning announcements live. We'll bring back Prize Pond, all that stuff. And we'll just do, instead of 5 streams, like a stream every day, I'm just going to do one big, fun, silly stream live in the morning. We'll do the prizes. We'll chat, all the other stuff, which, you know, we all come to know and love. And then Wednesdays, we're going to continue doing Nightcap with Nightcat. Hello. Thursdays, I'm just going to do some sort of short form video, maybe do like a what's in the box where I reach in and touch something gross, or just like a 5-minute something upload onto YouTube. And then Fridays, well, we still have Curiosity Killed Nightcat. Those are the true crime episodes of the Nightcat Radio podcast. You can find the Nightcat Radio podcast on your favorite podcast directory, but we'll have new true crime episodes still on the podcast every Friday. And then what I'm thinking is, because I'm seeing all sorts of true crime news all of the time, I figured I could do a true crime news segment on YouTube on Fridays. So it'll just be a 2 to 5 minute segment, just give you the headlines, let you know the true crime news that's unfolding before us. Because on Curiosity Killed Nightcat, it's all about crimes that have happened and have closure, or they're cold cases and here's some developments and stuff. But with the true crime news, it's just what's happening right now, and we'll keep tabs on stuff. So I think it is still going to be super fun. As sad as I am to have to say goodbye to morning announcements, that's what's going on. And also, I'll be real with you. Listen, you know me. I am a very real dude. I talk all the time, and I'm always very open about what's going on. And I also don't keep it a secret that I struggle with depression. I have my entire life, I've always had really bad depression, and I take medication for it, and usually it's pretty manageable between medications and coping strategies, you know, walking, deep breathing, cold showers, that sort of thing to calm down and snap out of it and stuff. But it's been really hard. You know, it's been really, really hard couple of months. And I'm a pretty positive guy. I like to keep things happy and go lucky and moving all the time. And it's just been really hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel and try to get up and keep going every day. And I realized that a big part of that was I took on so much responsibility between all of the Nightcat stuff, plus the true crime walking tours and everything else, that I wasn't able to adequately address my mental health. So I've got to scale it back a little bit. But that does mean some new stuff. So Nightcat After Dark for patrons, that's coming. The true crime news segments, those will be coming soon as well. Plus, I am posting all sorts of exclusive content that's just for TikTok. I am uploading TikToks all the time. So go find me on TikTok at Jackson Witt, Jackson with a C-K, W-H-I-T-T. You can also find the link in our link tree, which is in the description of this video. Go check that out as well. But yeah, you know, you try to stay as positive as you can, but that's hard when you have a mental illness. And something that depression loves to do, it literally will shut your brain down. They've done brain scans, and when you're depressed and in a deep state of depression, parts of your brain literally just show inactive, like they don't turn on. So it's not just like a matter of being really, really sad. For me, really, it's just being numb and not wanting to get out of bed and just being exhausted all the time, which is crazy because I usually can't sit down. Usually I'm bouncing off the walls. Yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. That's why we haven't had a whole lot of morning announcements between the new job and me barely being able to get out of bed a lot of days. It's been hard, but we're going to keep doing it. You know, we just keep doing this because what else am I gonna do? I'm a ridiculous person. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Please tell your friends about the show. We got to get our numbers up here on the YouTube. That would be great if you could send this link to a couple of friends. Thank you. Good night. I'm gonna leave you. Bye. Bye.